What's up? This is Protege from Learn Option Trades, bringing you guys a quick rundown throughout the week on what I plan on doing and also what my sentiment is. I posted in my Discord the 3 topics I'm going to be going over quickly in this video, and it's what's your favorite setup, are you bullish or bearish, and why? Why, guys? That's pretty much the most important part. Why are you bullish or bearish, or are you just blindly trading? That's kind of like the topic. But anyways, let's get right into it. So I have this simple setup that I created. It's literally only 3 things that I plotted down. A simple area where I plan on taking my calls at. And I see that we're in some type of megaphone pattern, which already, market just opened 8 minutes ago for the Sunday open market. And it's already pooping down, which I'm actually already bearish, not only given of what's going on, but let's talk about it. Let's run through why I'm bearish and why. Also, even being bearish or bullish is really not so much important. It's really just the part of reacting and taking action on the reaction. So let's get right into it. When you look at the weekly time frame, meaning each candlestick represents 1 week of trading action, we have been nonstop pushing P, nonstop bullish. I mean, look at this: fat green, small red, fat green, small red, fat green. Only thing that I'm noticing is that the buyers are starting to slow down. If I pull up the RSI is reading major bearish divergence, and so I'm not just only going off of that. If I also go to the daily, not only is the volume decreasing for buyers on the weekly, but even on the daily, there's major sellers starting to come in. And same thing, if I pull up the SMAs as well as the RSI, you can see that the RSI is reading bullish divergence. We have lower highs, and what I mean by that for anybody that's new is when I grab the RSI's most highest point connected to the lowest or the recent high, it's lower. Or even if I put it on the most other recent high, lowest high, it's a lower high. So it's just pretty much reading lower highs. Well, the stock up here, the S&P 500s, is trading higher highs. So that's just not good. That's also an indication of a bearish divergence. So that's just another reason why I'm also bearish. So I'm just reading these things and seeing these things. But, the thing that can honestly wipe us out is the weekly time frame. Look at these candles. I mean, this is a bullish divergence right here, indicating that it can continue on up. So that's just something I'm watching out for. I will be cautious, obviously, and that's something that I do want to talk about real quick. Is the reason why we do these things is just you do want to weigh out your odds in your favor, which is weighing more out. And so all I'm seeing is that there's a little bit more sellers are starting to step in. Of course, we had a strong couple weeks, to be honest, ever since the beginning of June. I mean, ever since a long time. I mean, look at this. Look at these candles from 381 all the way to 450. That's insane. That's literally so much gain since March for a couple months, but still. These past couple weeks especially, it's been real nice. So I think we're starting to slow down. Things are starting to, I do expect some type of pullback. One interesting thing, though, is when I go on the hourly time frame, I'm going to start to clutter up here. Just look at this. When I go on the hourly time frame, there's one interesting thing here. I'm going to go to my other chart. So this is my other chart. You can see that we're actually starting to respect this specific zone. So there is a little bit of caution there. I'm obviously going to wait. And that's something that I want to talk about here too real quick is don't force trade just because you're bearish or bullish on a certain sentiment. Doesn't mean that right out the gate, right at open, I'm going to buy puts or calls just because of what I think, which is why I say we're not predictors. Because if we were predictors, we'd be taking our positions right as soon as the market opens. But that's just not the case. We don't do that. I don't know any trader that does that. And if they do, I don't know what their win to loss percentage ratio is. But anyways, it's more easier when you just wait for the setup to come to you and you trade the reaction. So for an example, I'm going to be waiting for this since I'm bearish. I'm not going to take puts right at open. I'm going to wait for us to open, whether it opens up here, whether it opens down here, or even opens below here. I'm just going to wait till it opens, till I see the 5 to 15 minute candles start to close below these zones, or even wait patiently for it to break below this and break that trend all the way down. And, pretty much my entry will be either whether I'm willing to risk it on this or risk it on this, which most likely I'm going to risk it on this one because we already have the pre-market low right here so far. So I will be risking puts right below this trend, and that's where I plan on doing it. So this is SPY. My simple trade plan on SPY is real simple. I have this megaphone pattern, taking puts below this trend, taking calls above this zone. Now this zone right here, honestly, is really nice. Guys, check this out. I'm only going to show you guys two stocks, Apple and SPY. Maybe one more. Who knows? But look at this. Look at this weekly time frame. We got a nice close on this specific zone right here. Same thing, close right there. Look, not so much right there of an open or a close, but look at these. This high's hitting that, this close hitting that. There's a lot of nice resistance right there. So I'm going to be waiting to take calls above that. If I look on the daily, look at the daily. Looks just as juicy. If not, sometimes even better. Look at this. The high's hitting that. High's hitting that. Doji candle on that. Close on that. Doji candle right there. Close right there. Low hits that. There's just a lot of respect right here. So I really love that area. That's a nice area. So pretty much that's just SPY. SPY looks real good. I like this setup, to be honest, but this is not my favorite setup, although it is a really nice setup. And I will keep you guys posted on the next video, maybe on Wednesday, and we'll keep up with what had happened and how much profit I made if I did take a reaction on these specific trades or setups. So this is SPY right here, guys. Keep in mind, it's real simple. Like I said, megaphone pattern, taking calls above this, taking puts below this trend. So let's look at Apple, which is the next setup that I actually plan on showing you guys. This one does have a little bit of clutteration or too much support lines, but bear with me. So I like Apple to take some calls above. I like Apple for some calls above 191.19. That was Thursday's high as well as even Friday's high. So those are two nice resisted leveled areas that I would love to see get broken. Especially if Apple can break above this trend real easy. Come on. Most likely pre-market we're gonna break trend, and then if we can, that's predicting though. So let's say what happens tomorrow. Most likely, market opens hopefully below 191.19, and then we get some buyers to step in and take some easy calls to the upside. That'd be real nice. I don't have any puts for this, but if I were to take some puts, real easy, real nice setup. I would just take puts below the low, which is 189.63, which is also pre-market low, which is 189.64. So real quick, I'm just gonna type that in. This is where I plan on taking puts on Apple. 189.63, calls on Apple 191.19. So that's how simple it is. Real easy. You don't have to overcomplicate it, and I'm not gonna take any calls or puts until they get broken. And for worst case scenario, let's say I do take calls, it gets broken, I take calls, and it comes back down. I just have to cut my position and take whatever percentage of a loss it is, whether it's 30, worst case scenario 50%, which is a big hit, and I never like to get to those. But 30%, worst case scenario, I'm down, and that happens. That's the reality. Best case scenario, I hop in these calls and buyers keep pushing us up, collect my 10 to 15 gainers. Hopefully collect the 20-30%, which would be real nice. But anyways, that's SPY and that's Apple. Those are the two setups that I like to see. I think the next setup that was the bonus setup that I'll give you guys is Meta. I think Meta looked pretty nice. Let me see. Yeah. Meta got hella buyers on Friday on the last hour, creating a doji candle right on the 161.8% fib, which is pretty high up there. If we can get a nice bounce with a nice break of this trend, I'm taking calls on this trend. I'm taking the risk on that, and I'm also taking calls at 315.30, which just happens just to be a whole bunch of resistance levels on Thursday. So it's real simple. I'll update you guys on Wednesday. I have 3 plays right here that I'm going to be watching, and we'll have it all recorded and see how it goes. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please join the Learn Options Trade Discord if you're not in it. I'm just showing you guys being transparent and also sharing plays and showing how you can also do this yourself. If you're new to this and you want to learn how to do it, feel free to join in, ask questions, and we're going to help you out as best as we can. Especially me, I'm really dedicated, and I love to share this information because it's definitely not easy, and also it's not hard. It just takes time of sacrificing your time to get educated, to be honest. That's all it is. If I didn't sacrifice my a couple hours of my day to watch the videos I watch from my mentors, I would never be here from where I'm at right now. So that's all it takes, just a couple hours of your time to watch these videos and get the gist of what's going on so that you can implement it in your own trading strategy. Especially with what I have to offer, I'm not trying to be too specific. I'm trying to actually share every knowledge in every point and share everything, even to the stuff that I don't even use, like Bollinger Bands. I don't even use that, but I'm gonna teach you how to use it. I don't even use VWAP, but I'm gonna teach you how to use VWAP. I'm gonna teach you everything. So I'm not trying to tell you to use my way. My way is the only way to use it. I'm gonna show you how to use everything so that you can use all the tools in your tool belt in your best way that you think works best for you. So appreciate you guys. My name's Prodigy, and let's get it. Have a good rest of you guys Sunday night, and we're gonna get it cracking in the market tomorrow.